aware that we were resubmitting for that grant.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm available for any questions.
Any questions?
Are you going to sign tomorrow morning for the railroad?
As soon as I get a letter to sign from the engineering department.
Tomorrow morning, Mr. Ennis. Thank you.
I got a question.
Good.
So city manager, I'm curious, since you mentioned the firehouse grant and the submission and resubmitting, and I know maybe we've talked about this before, but do we have sort of a list of all of the grants that we submit for as a city, or is that something that we discuss or that we could take a look at? Or?
We, as the grants become available and as the deadlines approach, before we submit, and typically it is before we submit that we ask for council approval for the submittal of those grants. Since we've applied for this grant before, we consider it a resubmittal. That's why I brought it up under the city manager's report. But you know, just following along through the agenda items, you can see what grants we've applied for or not. And then like the state legislative appropriations, well, they'll become grant, and you know, we'll have to fill out contracts for that if we are so fortunate to receive them. But those were approved during the legislative priorities that council approved. So I don't currently have we have a list of ones we've been awarded, and we have a list of ones we've applied for.
We do have a list.
Well, we're keeping, it's not in a format right now, it's in a working format. Our assistant to the city manager, Rebecca T-Bear, looks like she desperately wants to speak on this issue.
But I think we did provide a list to all of council previously of all the lists that are the grant applications that are currently active. But our policy is for any grant application, we do come to city council with a resolution for approval. So you guys see all of those before we submit. Firehouse subs in particular is pretty competitive. What we find with firehouse subs is that they tend to have more money towards the end of the calendar year. And so I think that's why the fire department hasn't been as successful in the past. They submitted in February and again in July, and I think they're trying to submit again for this last quarter, because that's kind of where all the money is left over. So this is exactly the same application. That's why we're not bringing it through with the same exact process. But we only have, as far as pending applications, I think we only have 2 that are pending right now, the actual applications, aside from legislative appropriations.
So if I may, Mayor, a couple of things. So I just finished the EMO training with the Florida League of Cities. So they're making a big push at the Florida League of Cities level for more grants to help the cities, municipalities. So it's a couple of things. So I think it would behoove us if we could see sort of the list that we maybe have applied for, and then even the ones that are, just to at least have situational awareness. But with the League of Cities doing a big push, and I was going to bring some information back to you all to talk about it, but they really want to help us because they're seeing that the funding is shifting, and so they're making a big push to open up the spigot to get more grants. So that's really it. So just good discussion. So, all right. Thank you, Mayor.
Good.
For information-wise, is that grants come to us at 24 hours, 48 hours prior to what that they're asking for. We see grants, we may see 20 grants, or we may see 10 grants in any given time. So it's hard to put them all on the table and up on the board to know exactly what's coming at us. However, I challenge you to find more grants for us. Okay. Okay.
Challenge.
Challenge on.
You have something to say?
No.
Okay. All right. Now you want to?
No, I just answered.
Okay. So if that's it, so we're going to move to item number 7, public comment. We have a handful. Okay. And so what I'm going to do real quick is, since I'm involved with multiple litigation as a plaintiff and possibly the defendant, I'm going to hand the mic over to the deputy mayor and let him handle the diet. And because of the litigation, I'm going to step out of the room and let you handle it. Okay?
Coward.
Make sure everybody gets their 3
Coward
minutes.
stepping out. Such a coward.
Guess he's allowed to do that, I guess.
Here
Just
first
walk
I
out?
have Long Island Audit.